Marty here, and thanks for stopping by Warehouse and Operations as a Career. I had a listener comment that on several episodes I had said something like early is on time and on time is late, and if you're on time, you're late. They stated that I placed way too much weight on the time clock, and I guess somewhere I had written or said that I had learned more by always being early, sitting in the break room and listening to or talking with the other shift coming and going. They stated as long as they punched in a minute before the shift, their manager shouldn't be concerned with their schedule at all. They went on to share that their management wanted them on the floor, dressed out and ready for the pre-shift meeting, but the time clock was in the break room, at least a 2-minute walk from the gathering point. Well, let me clarify my thoughts there. I think you should always be you, and you'll probably be fine. But if you are an early one collaborating with others and being inquisitive, I assure you, you will earn more throughout your career. But seriously, everyone does have the right, at least to themselves, to, be you. And I support that 100%. So after going down that path, it made me think about that first 30 minutes of our shift, and then the last 30 minutes as well. I've always believed that hour is the most important 2 pieces of my shift. Now, a lot of people and managers think the middle of the shift is where everything happens. That's where the work gets done, the trucks get loaded, the orders get selected, the freight gets moved, and the productivity numbers are at their peak. And that's true. But I feel that experienced operations people know something else. You can usually tell how a shift is going to go within the first 30 minutes, and unfortunately, a lot of accidents and poor decisions happen during the last 30 minutes. Those 2 windows can determine the safety, productivity, morale, and professionalism, culture of the entire operation. And it really doesn't matter what position we hold. Whether we're unloading trailers, selecting orders, operating forklifts, working sanitation, dispatching trucks, handling inventory control, or leading teams, how we start and how we finish matters a lot. And I'm going to say it defines the shift or its culture. Let's start with the beginning of our day. And honestly, I think the shift actually starts before we ever even clock in. It starts when the alarm clock goes off and with how much sleep that we've gotten, whether we prepared our lunch, laid out our clothes, filled up the gas tank the night before, or whether we woke up already behind schedule. We've all done it. Wake up late, rush through traffic, walk into the building all frustrated, grab a scanner or a piece of equipment and jump right into the shift without mentally arriving yet. And when that happens, we carry our chaos into the operation with us. Now, I know life happens. Kids get sick, traffic backs up, life is expensive. Some people are working 2 jobs. I understand all of that. But there's also something to be said for preparation and routine. Professional associates learn that the shift before the shift really matters. I really do believe that showing up 10 or 15 minutes early changes things. It gives us time to breathe, time to mentally prepare, to stretch, to review assignments, and to attend startup meetings without rushing through the door halfway distracted. And our startup meetings do matter. I know sometimes we look at them as repetitive and think, another safety topic again. We're listening to the case counts, the trailer counts, and our productivity and error numbers again. But those meetings really kind of set the tone. That's where the communication begins and where the expectations are going to be shared. And in my opinion, strong startup meetings can prevent injuries and operational concerns before they ever happen. Here's something I learned years ago. A chaotic first hour usually creates a chaotic day. When batteries aren't charged and equipment inspections aren't completed and maybe the dock doors are blocked with the previous shift's freight, or our assignments aren't understood and our leadership is scattered trying to find everyone, or attitudes are negative, it's going to be a long day. We all know that one late start can affect productivity for the entire shift. That one missing pallet can create indirect time for us, and that one forklift issue not caught during our pre-trip can become a safety incident later. And oh my goodness, can't attitude spread quickly inside the warehouse? One negative or rushed person at startup can affect 10 or more people before first break. But positivity and preparedness spreads just as quick. And that's why leadership being visible during startup matters so much. Associates notice when supervisors are engaged, and they notice when leadership is walking the floor. And it's easy to pick up on when management already looks stressed before the shift even starts. And new employees especially pay attention during those first 30 minutes. That's when the culture gets introduced to them. All the posters and slogans are really cool, but the new boot learns through our behavior. They watch how equipment gets inspected and whether safety rules are being followed and how people are talking to each other and whether procedures actually matter. And many times they'll mirror what they see. Okay, now let's move to the other side of the shift, that last 30 minutes. And honestly, this may be one of the most dangerous periods of the day inside warehousing and transportation, because by then, fatigue has entered the picture. Our feet may hurt and our backs may ache. People are mentally tired. Production numbers are on our mind and the clock starts becoming everyone's focus. We've all heard it, said it, or thought it before. Just one more pallet. Just hurry up and finish it. Or thought, I'll clean it up tomorrow. Or it's close enough. And that's when shortcuts begin. Maybe someone skips wrapping a pallet correctly, or someone rushes, backing out of a trailer, or someone jumps off equipment instead of maintaining their 3 points of contact. Maybe someone ignores a spill because the sanitation team will get to it later, or a forklift operator stops paying attention to pedestrians because mentally they're already in the parking lot. And unfortunately, many injuries happen right there at the end of the shift. Not because people are bad employees, but because they're tired. The scary part about fatigue is many times we don't even realize how distracted we've become. That's why experienced operations leaders are or should be walking the floor during the last hour of our shift. This is when our energy levels change, our awareness and patience changes, and urgency can become dangerous. I was once told to watch my team and don't let them mentally check out before they physically check out. Once that happens, safety and quality begin dropping fast. You can literally see it spread across the dock. People stop communicating, housekeeping slips, people start parking their equipment anywhere, and paperwork gets rushed or not completed at all. Sometimes people become so focused on leaving on time that they stop focusing on working safely. Now, don't misunderstand me. There's absolutely nothing wrong with wanting to go home. We all work hard, but professionalism and us being that employee means finishing strong too, not just starting strong. Oh, and here's another bullet point I wanted to throw in there. The last 30 minutes are not just about ending our shift. They're about preparing the next shift. Remember another one of those quotes we've all heard at startup meetings? How it's our responsibility to set the plate for the next shift? And I'll use another one of the words we learned, 2 weeks ago. I think this says a lot about our ownership. Do we have equipment plugged in? Do we report damaged pallets? Do we clean up shrink wrap and debris, leaving our work areas clean and organized, or do we leave chaos for somebody else to fix? We all know that if batteries are dead, or equipment is damaged and replenishments weren't completed, or if paperwork is missing or incomplete, the next team starts behind before they even begin. Often our teams are measured by what we leave behind for others. I think strong facilities operate like connected shifts, not separate teams competing against each other. And I want to add that leadership plays a huge role in both the first and last 30 minutes. Like we discussed earlier, a disengaged startup creates confusion, just like a disengaged close creates carelessness. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Associates need to see leadership on the floor. They need communication and consistency. Sometimes just seeing a supervisor engaged on the floor at the end of the shift changes the entire energy of the department. At the end of the day, warehousing and transportation are fast-moving environments. We deal with freight, equipment, deadlines, productivity, customers, and a lot of pressure. But sometimes the smallest moments create the biggest outcomes. The first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes, I think the best associates understand it because the best leaders teach it. And the strongest operations build cultures around it because how we start creates momentum and how we finish defines our professionalism. And in our world, both matter. Did anything we talk about today change how you're going to walk into or out of your shift tomorrow? If so, or if you have any thoughts you'd like to share, please do so on our Facebook or Instagram feeds, and of course you can send us an email as well. Y'all be safe out there this week, and I hope you'll enjoy us again next week.